ahead and record this. Might as well, right? Okay, so event handlers in SIS. They're a really good way to handle different events throughout the execution of a package without having to, I say capture errors or stuff manually, right? So if
Sean, can we record this one, please?
Really? Because I just said I was recording.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Okay, so if you look here, let's see, I've got one on set global vars. So this I'm gonna have to change, so I'll show you a different one. Right. So run dates right here. So if I highlight this guy, and it's context sensitive, right? So if I come here and go to event handlers, I get, for the
Package
entire
only.
package, right? But if I click on it here, well, I got to go back down. Click on it here, say event handlers, and it gives me my event handler, right? And you can do so much in an event handler. I mean, this is like a package within a package, right? Because you can use it to correct things, and you can use it to log things or stop a package or something else, right? So you can do all kinds of things in here. And you notice how you have package execution task in here, and I'm running a SQL script to just log the error. But yeah, you can do all kinds of things in here. So it's literally just a package within a package. And these are all of the events that you can fire these packages on, or that you can fire these events on. So it's really it's really relatively rich. And so to do that, I mean, it's hella simple, right? You just click on one of these guys and create the event handler for it, and then just start dragging stuff over here. Now, how do you get the stuff you need? Well, you've got system variables in here, right? So I'm mapping this SP to system error code, error description, right? So it's pretty easy to map these things to the errors that got returned, including the source name, which is the name of the task that fired it. Because it's one thing to know, it's one thing to know that there was an error in this package, and another thing to know which task it was in. So, and all I'm doing here is I'm taking all that info and I'm calling an SP that logs it to a table, because that's what we're interested in here. But the sky's the limit almost on what you can do here. Now, I've heard some people say that they don't like using event handlers, and as a matter of fact, they advise against it because they're basically hidden, right? When I'm in here, I don't see anything that's going to handle any errors, right? So people tend to say something like, give the advice of, don't use event handlers because they're basically hidden. And a lot like triggers, right? I don't like triggers because they're basically hidden. When you're looking at a table, you don't automatically think, oh, there's a trigger on here and that's causing the problem. It's the kind of thing you kind of have to discover, right? Again and again and again. But the people that rally against event handlers because they're hidden are the ones who haven't realized that you can have annotations in your script. I always list all my event handlers and I tell you what it's there for. So I say event handlers, I give you the name of the control or the task that it's for, and I give it on error, and it's called log error. It tells you what it does. So how is that so hard, right? So all you got to do is put an annotation in there that says you have an event handler and what it does. I want you to be able to see what it does right here on the front screen. So, now it's not hidden anymore. You could do all kinds of things, right? You could put it in in here, right? You could put a special symbol in here like a star or something if it'll take a star. I don't know if it will, but you can put anything you want, like even in the name that lets you know that it's got event handlers or something like that. So there are all kinds of things, but I think annotations are the best, right? And I like to use colors for things. Any questions so far? I mean, this is pretty straightforward stuff. Okay, good. Y'all are so excited today. Y'all can barely contain it, I know. So here's what's going to happen. VC, you are going to, since you were working on this other package here, and here, let me get to the right one. There we go. You were working on load report data, right? So
Yeah.
you're going to add event handlers to everybody.
Okay.
Now, the way we're doing it, it's actually pretty easy. So if you come in here and take this event handler here, so you can copy all of this and then just paste it into the on-air event handler for all of those, because it's the same thing. All I'm doing, I'm getting generic data, right? I'm calling the same SP and I'm getting the generic data, and it's going to be the same data for all of them. So all you have to do is grab all this, paste it in there, change the heading, and you're done. Now, one thing event handlers don't give you is a centralized event handler, right? So I can't like create a single event handler and call it from all of the other events, right? So I have to duplicate all of these guys in each one. Nah, it's not what I wanted. I'll just use this one. So I have to duplicate all of these guys in there. I'm a little torn on whether I want to do this or whether I want to create an event handling package that I can call from everybody. So, there's it's 6 or half a dozen, right? Let's say that I figure out that I want to log something else. So let's take a look at what I'm logging now on error. So right now I'm logging these 4 bits of info. And let's say that I want to log something else, right? I want to add a column. Well, having a centralized package for event handling would make that really easy, because I've only got one place to make that change, right? Yes and no. I mean, I still have to pass in the parameters into that package so that it has access to them. So, it might not do me that much good. So I'm going to stick with this for now, and I may change it to a package model later. But we can do things like, and this is how we're going to do our logging as well, right? So let me see if I've got a logging package in here, or a logging step in here. I'm sure I do. In fact, I may have it no, I don't think I'd have it at the package level. I would have it at one of these levels. Maybe here? Nope. But I know I've got one that logs somewhere. I just don't remember where it is right now. So we're going to be doing our logging this way too. So what we'll do, and I'll just use this as an example again, is when I go to a significant step, one that takes a little bit of time, I'll come in here on pre-execute, and I'll create one that starts the log, and then I'll go to post-execute, and I'll create another one that ends the log. And that's a really good way to have logging and error handling and all that doesn't muck up your design, because these things get really thick really fast, right? So it's a really good way to keep your surface clean. And as long as you log that you have these guys, then you're golden. You won't forget that you have them. I've got another package in here somewhere that has 2 or 3 event handlers for a single task, and I just line them up. Cool. Any questions? Cool. Y'all are so quiet today. All right. Well, with that in mind, I will, since there are no questions, I will go ahead and stop the recording.